So hi there, my name's Kate and I ride a Cube full suspension electric bike. Today's ride starts from the village bakery at Melmerby, parked up here. Nice little cafe, toilets, good place to start your ride from. So we're heading off on the A686, the Alston to Penrith Road, heading in the direction of Alston. And instead of going around the bend here, we are going to go straight ahead. And this quiet road that takes you through to Gamblesby, Renwick, and then about 75 yards up from the junction, just before the wood yard on the right ahead, we're going to take a lane on the right hand side. The first of our off-road sections. It's a nice, typical farm track. Cobbly, dry dirt, gravel, you name it. And then if you can see that pylon up there on the hill, eventually that's where we're going to be ending up. Lots of bridleways and public ways to ride, heading up and down the Hartside Road to the summit of Hartside. The road is closed today, so I decided it was a good day to do this. As you'll probably be aware, the Hartside Road, Penrith to Alston, is perhaps one of the most scenic car routes there is. A very busy road in summer or bank holidays, but not today. We've got a ford ahead, which last time was quite deep, so I may well end up walking across a plank at the side here. I'm not so sure it'll be rideable. Here we go. It doesn't look too bad actually, but usually these are quite slippy. And as I'm by myself, I'm not going to risk it. We'll just walk through. See, and a plank. Very useful. Perfect. Back on it, and away we go. A little bit more rocky. Gears down. Easily rideable. On these bikes it is anyhow. As you've noticed, I'm riding solo today. Husband's just had a partial knee replacement, so he's not accompanying me, but he is watching me on my Strava connection. I've sent him in assist mode so that he knows where I am, just in case. We've got a crossroad junction here. We're going to come down eventually from the right, but we're going straight across at this point to join a tarmac road. So we've just popped out onto a tarmac road, gone straight across a very, very minor country lane, heading for Renwick. The right-hand fork at that wide junction. So we're just travelling along this road. It really is lovely. Part of Route 68, Sustrand cycle route. Probably got about a mile and a quarter on this road, and then we head right, and heading for the top of Hartside Summit. And as we approach the bridleway on the right hand side, we've done approximately 3 miles. We're going up the route that says Byway to Selah Bridge, onto a gravel route, a bridleway or a public way. I didn't quite catch what it said. Going uphill to Hartside, but we will join the Renwick to Hartside Road further along here and do the remainder of the climb on tarmac. Wow, this is a really lovely track. fairly level at the moment as well, which is good because I know there's a climb coming shortly. Gears down. Might not look steep, but it's reasonably steep. Cracking track for these bikes though. Obviously well ridden as well, because I can see there's a lot of cycle trails, sorry, cycle wheel tracks. And sorry if I'm puffing a little bit, but even though we've got power, you still have to put some effort in. A little bit of slightly looser stone there, but nothing that can't be coped with, or at least I managed it. It's so quiet, just me and the sheep. And there we have the junction ahead. So it's coast to coast Route 7 and Sustrand Route 68. Here we go, tarmac and an uphill climb. On the left hand side, just coming up here, we have another off-road section. Now this takes us almost to Hartside Summit, but at the very top it's somewhat boggy, so I don't think we're yet quite dry enough for me to go that way. It's probably best coming down it later on in the summer. So we're just going to plod along on tarmac. Here we are. Just pop the gears down a bit more. I'm coming down that public way, so I don't think I'll touch your workmen, I don't think. Yeah, so this is the, well, this is where I'm going to turn to the right, but as you can see, off-road section here goes through past this cottage. And it goes downhill here, off at about 10 o'clock to where it joins that section I was mentioning. And it's just a bit boggy at this top end. Another day for me. I'm going to go right and up the gravel section here. Power on, gears down. Loose gravel. Loose rough gravel. That's it. At the top of Hartside. Made it. We've come roughly 7 miles at this point. Again, as you can see, not quite as clear as I'd like, but you get the general idea. On a clear day, you can literally see miles and miles. Hence why it's a popular tourist ride, both bicycles and any motor cars and motorbikes. Hartside Summit. Come up from the road, through this gate, and onto the public way. So here we go on the downhill section. I'd imagine in wetter weather this track will be quite puddly. Well, I know it is because I walked it during a wet weather part of the year. Right, so the rough gravel's turned into a dry, soily track at this point. So I think it's going to vary between rough gravel and dry mud. have we got here? Oh yeah, not too bad. I know this route is used quite frequently by off-road 4x4s. And you'll see further on where they've kind of chewed up the ground quite a bit. Each to their own. I much prefer this. So there's the pylon on the left I was on about. And that little section's a bit rough there. So I think I'll do what cars have done and come down here. Gosh, that's a lot rougher than when I was here last. Off and walk it down here. I'm by myself, and I think that's maybe prudent. Yeah, that's what I walk down, just so that you can see. If you want to ride it, good luck to you, but I'm not risking it. So onwards. Oh, we've got some rather large, large pebbles, small stones. And then we're out onto a rough tarmac road, which to the left takes you up to the pylon I pointed out earlier in the ride. We're going to cross here, cross the Hartside road itself, and drop down another bridleway on the other side. Nice easy drop down to the road. So we go out and across and continue on down towards Gamblesby on this public way. Nice fine gravel at this point. That soon changes. As I say, this is used by 4x4 vehicles, and you can see why it would be. Alright, so that was the rougher part. We're now onto a good smoothish dirt track. Panoramic views again. I mean, it is all the way along as you drop to Gamblesby. I'm too busy looking at the views rather than seeing where I'm going actually at times. There we go, you can see where the track goes, the turn here. There ahead of us. Do you know what? I think I'll take it onto the grassy section. Yeah, this is an interesting kind of roughish track. Nothing these bikes can't handle. The rider, I think I'm doing all right. but I don't go fast. And as I say, if in doubt, we get off and walk. Appreciate everybody has different riding abilities, but at least if you have a little look at the video, you can decide if it's something you want to do. So nearing the bottom of the public way where we meet the road up from Gamblesby, coming up from the right towards Hartside Road. We've come roughly 9.5 miles at this point. Here we go. That's the farm on the left-hand side. And there's the roadway. And we're going to turn to the left. Gears down. Because I know we've got quite a steep climb ahead of us. Okay. I must be coming to the Hartside Road shortly. Must be. Anyhow, I'm in turbo, bottom gear. Quite a climb. Again. Oh yes, 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 yes. There is the road ahead. Happy days. As I say, just downhill, probably no more than 75, 100 yards, and then we turn right. So just on this sharp right-hand bend, we have public way down to Gamblesby. So, a nice track, pretty much gravel, bit of grass. All good. This is where we came from before, so I'm going to now turn to the left and retrace our steps along the little track back to Melmerby. Job done. Lovely route, quite interesting in places. But on these bikes, perfectly doable, even with my novice mountain biking skills. So we're back to that stream. I think I'll have a go at just riding through it. There we go, did it. Cracking. Back to Melmerby, and I think we'll just pop into the bakery and have a cuppa. I think well deserved. So this is us coming out onto the minor road between Melmerby and Gamblesby. Now, back into Melmerby, we have the junction with the A686 just here. We're going to turn to the right, into Melmerby, and then immediately right again before this corner. Here we go, back at the village bakery. And this is where I'm going to have a well-earned cuppa and say ta-ra for now.